my life, helped me lose so much weight. But unfortunately, that's selling out. Been a long time since X2 sold out. We try to stockpile it. But people are really taking advantage of this sale. In fact, they're taking more advantage of that than they are the food. That's a close second. So I thought I'd end the sale because of the food producers having trouble keeping up with demand, but they're not. They're doing fine. This ships out like days after you order it, totally fresh. But no, the Survival Shield Nation 9 and X2 looks like it will sell out in the next week. Might be a month or more until we get more. That's unfortunate, but we're going to keep the sale going until there's just a little bit left, and I'll try to keep some back at the regular price until more comes in. But you want 20% off Survival Shield Nation 9 on X2. We'll take advantage of that today. 20% off Alexa Pure water filters, 20% off Alexa Pure air filters. This was just going to run to July 4th, but people are taking advantage of this. It's helping fund the operation, and I just love specials. So it's the Independence special running through next Monday, but then it will end. 20% off all shortwave radios. We're expanding this. 20% off all non-GMO survival heirloom seeds. We have a giant spectrum. And by the way, we offer seeds at such low prices. When we offer 20% off, which we contractually, that's the most we can do, in some cases, we're making like 10% on these seeds. And I'm not complaining. I love to have some lost leaders. Like when we sold the Hillary for Prison shirts at $5, I think we made $1 on shipping on those after we calculated out the labor, everything. So, I mean, we're selling them at $19.95 right now to fund putting aircraft over the DNC and RNC, saying Hillary for Prison, for espionage, you name it. So please buy those at full price, help fund the aircraft we're going to put in the air. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com for the nutraceuticals. The extended Independence Day sale is a great time to support the real tip of the spear when it comes to the fight for liberty worldwide. Your support makes everything we do possible, from exposing Hillary Clinton to fighting for the Constitution, Second Amendment, you name it. Visit InfoWarsStore.com right now and secure your independence with these mega specials before we are forced to take them down. And yeah, I mean, if it keeps selling like this, I'll have to take down the X2, because we have people that sign up for auto ship and they get 10% off additional for that, I should add. And you get free shipping on orders of $50 or more. I forgot that part. So we have to always hold. We don't sell out of stuff now. We always hold back enough to fulfill auto ship and to fulfill new people that sign up for auto ship. But so I will have to pull it very, very soon, the Survival Shield Nation Iodine X2. But whatever you do, with all the things happening, we've gone from it being a possibility you need storable food and water filtration and preparation to a probability to a virtual certainty. I mean, I hope that there's a way to have a soft landing. The whole world's melting down right now. We're kind of like one of the last guys standing. We got big problems here. Growth rates of 0.8% with Cook numbers. All the other crazy stuff. Crime rates are starting to go back up despite the Second Amendment that held it down for a while. As gun proliferation expanded the last 20 years, crime went way down. Starting to tick up because, you know, criminals and other people, they get hungry. Stuff's going to happen. So that's what's happening. InfoWarsStore.com. And thank you all for your support. You're making everything we do here possible. And thank you for your prayers. And even if you don't buy the products, that's a win-win. Super high-quality nutraceuticals, super high-quality storable foods, you name it. I mean, life-changing stuff like Super Male Vitality, Child Ease, that's a 30-something-year-old top seller at Whole Foods and everywhere else. It's a well-known brand of just a whole, I mean, it's like 50-something herbs concentrated that really just, it's good for adults, too. I never even plug that. That's just one of the top named products in the country we private labeled. About a third of our stuff is famous brands private label that allow us to do that. The rest of it's our own proprietary over-the-top systems. So that's the bottom line. That's why everything's so effective. It's why everything gets, 5 stars. It's why all the people that are obsessed with nutraceuticals love us. They don't even like the show because it's just the best stuff out there. InfoWarsLife.com. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. All the great longevity products that I also endorse and support when you buy it at InfoWarsHealth.com. Portion of that proceeds goes to fund the InfoWar. Plus, you can get free shipping there with auto ship. Get big discounts when you sign up to be a distributor as well. InfoWarsHealth.com. You can call and ask questions or get more info at InfoWarsHealth.com on the phone numbers that are there on that site as well. Okay. That said, I want to start going to some of these Hillary clips, and then we're going to go to Lamar, Sean, Corey, Daniel, Maurice, and others. And we'll just continue with calls right through with Pastor Manning joining us in the next hour. Also, a powerful clip from the nightly news last night. Prosecutor explains how Clinton got off. Hillary above the law. John Bound report is extremely powerful. I'm going to try to air that later. Obama turns into a stuttering mess again while talking about Trump in North Carolina. Hillary Clinton versus James Comey. Email scandal supercut. Let's play that one first, just to show how they're contradicting each other. Hillary, said that she never even got hacked, even though it was admitted over a year ago. So stuff like that, here it is.
He called Hillary Clinton and her aides' handling of these email servers extremely careless and said in that news conference possible hostile actors may have gained access to those emails.
Basically, this was a political indictment of the way she handled her email.
It is an indictment of a sort without a criminal charge.
That is a severe, severe slap at the way Hillary Clinton was running that server.
But still a lot of difficult details for her team to grapple with today.
I think this is a very hard day for Hillary Clinton. It was extraordinary.
There was, in his words, an extremely careless culture and attitude within the State Department. That is not good for Hillary Clinton.
That has been Secretary Clinton's main line of defense, that she never sent anything that was marked classified at the time. And of course, as you point out, Director Comey said that's just not the case today.
They found that hostile actors likely gained access to her emails.
In some ways, that was in some ways the most chilling, one of the most chilling parts of the press conference.
She has been saying for more than a year now that she never sent or received anything that was classified at the time, and his analysis completely disputes that.
This is quite a reprimand of her and the way she has handled this by the FBI.
It discounts all of her explanations that she has made for the course of more than a year as to the security of this email system.
I think that's going to keep lingering questions about her judgment, her trustworthiness.
She does not have a clean political bill of health. This cloud is not going anywhere.
And that's even her own former minions. These are Democrats all contradicting each other there. Let's go out to break with this clip. This is media shreds Hillary Clinton after FBI report on email conduct. See, they're already imploding for defending this so long. They now figure out they've got to go with the huge awakening that's happening. So even their own controlled media isn't going with this. It's so dirty. Here it is.
I did not email any classified material to anyone. There is no classified material.
110 emails in 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received.
I provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related.
Several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton.
I thought using one device would be simpler.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email.
There were no security breaches.
It is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
It was my practice to communicate with State Department and other government officials on their .gov accounts.
The hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account.
No doubt that we've done exactly what we should have done.
They were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
People will be able to judge for themselves.
We cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences.
Americans will find that, interesting, and I look forward to having a discussion about that.
All right, let's be clear. We set up our country. We won major wars against the British and other empires without sending journalists to prison for, quote, leaking secrets, and with simple codes that were handed person to person. So much of this national security state claiming that it's keeping things secret for our security is about keeping the criminal activity secret. We've had a shadow government since 1947. And the fact that they've persecuted whistleblowers in the press using these different secrecy acts, and the fact that the media has gone along with this even as they've been persecuted, really shows you how much trouble we've gotten into. But now to have her 180 in the face of all this and claim it's okay what she did when she violated the law openly, again, has really opened a lot of people's eyes, and that is exciting. Now, there's another angle to this, and that's that this is a diversion from larger issues of the dollar being printed like it's going out of style, the Chinese preparing for war against the United States, NATO's trying to start war with the Russians, the West funding ISIS and Al-Qaeda, attacks on the press, expanded spying domestically, the national debt being run up, accelerated deindustrialization, more and more regulations to shut down what's left of U.S. industry, the dumbing down of our children, the borders being open, unlimited people with different immune, drug-resistant diseases coming across the border. The government admitting it's been ordered by the Lord and Savior, Barack Obama, to quote Jamie Foxx, being ordered to let them in. A crime against the immigrants themselves. We've already dehumanized Americans, and we're supposed to pay for everything and do everything. But what about the people coming in with TB and scabies and bubonic plague, for heaven's sakes, and the norovirus and everything else? I mean, this is really a vandalization of the country, an attempt to bring it down, an attempt to bankrupt us. You got to ask, why are the globalists doing that? I'm going to go to your phone calls now, Lamar and Sean and Daniel and Maurice and Corey and many others. Let's talk to Lamar. Thank you for holding, Lamar. Says a former DEA analyst on classified info. Give us your take on this then.
Hey, Alex. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is just rigged. I mean, it's pretty obvious, that she broke the law. And for us little people, simple analysts like myself, we would be in jail. I had a situation where some people were killed in Juarez. Some of the listeners may remember a consulate employee and her husband were murdered in front of their children, and then a third person that was separate from them was also murdered.
Oh, that's a famous case. That's a famous case, and the DEA really responded, right, and killed a bunch of the cartel?
Well, yeah, I mean, they kind of did after the fact, but it was, too little too late at that point. And I knew through certain involvement that I was in that it could have all been prevented in the first place. And when I raised those concerns.
Go ahead, are you there? That was really weird. He was driving a truck. Hello? Call back. Lamar, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, your phone cut out for about 5 seconds. Start over. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, the DEA responded too little too late. When I raised concerns that it could have all been prevented, through some of the resources that we had, instead of my chain of command dealing with that and addressing those issues, they proceeded to just harass me and, harass me out of a job. So the irony in the whole thing is my last week I was placed on administrative leave because I copied my unclassified contacts out of Microsoft Outlook to take with me.
Wow, so you took the unclassified contacts, but they still came after you. I've got the case up. Was this the case that was in 2010?
Yeah, that's right. Yep. And and so they put me on leave, full pay and everything like that to finish out my last week. At that time, Bradley Manning was really big, and I joked around. They must think I'm the next Bradley Manning or something. But now I'm saying that instead of those resources being used to illegally spy on me for no reason, maybe they should have been watching Hillary Clinton, email top secret SDI material from her bathroom. At her house.
Well, sure. I mean, take Colonel Schaefer. He exposed the fact with Stratus Ivy and Able Danger. He was running the Army unit that could have killed bin Laden twice, was ordered to stand down. They tried to go after him criminally for using his colonel's cell phone, his lieutenant colonel's cell phone, to call his wife. It was something like $60 when he was authorized to do it. I mean, that's like saying he was stealing pencils or something. This is the games they play. But look at Hillary. Well, I mean, separately. It's been all over the news. They persecute the press and government whistleblowers for exactly what you're talking about. So that's the point I was making is they use this to persecute people that are innocent. They use the secrecy to keep corruption in place and to cover things up. And then when Hillary, though, openly engages in what I think is espionage, it's supposedly okay.
That's the only true purpose for the whole security state right now is to, compartmentalize the globalization that's going on so that the patriotic people still in the government don't really know what they're working towards. And should they step over the line, you always can be caught in some kind of silly violation that they can use against you if they want to.
Sure.
Now, my opinion is she's still going to be held accountable. And I believe they're trying to slip in Bernie Sanders. I know that sounds crazy, but I think she's going to be just such a marred candidate. That,
you might be right. Because he hasn't completely stood down yet. Separately, though, looking at this and the whole history of this, in my experience, though, this type of persecution of people in the government has only gone to wake them up. I used to support body cams on cops till I figured out, wait, I wouldn't want to be surveilled like that. Plus, they'll just